an off-season wheat production site powered by irrigation, a model project carried out in collaboration with Madulaw University and AgroFoza, a US-based non-profit organization committed to catalyzing agricultural innovation to achieve global food security. Hello and welcome to ABC World, special program we have produced on success stories of off-season irrigation-based wheat production in Bari zone, aiming at achieving Ethiopia's mission to food self-sufficiency. Stay tuned. Off-season wheat productions are powered by irrigation, a model project carried out in collaboration with Madulaw University and AgroFoza that is an innovative initiative demonstrates how scientific expertise, local commitment, and international cooperation can work together to boost productivity, contribute to Ethiopia's national goal of achieving food self-sufficiency. By using irrigation systems and improved agricultural practices, farmers here are not only producing wheat outside the traditional rainy season, but also increasing their yield significantly. The off-season farming technique has become a model in the region where reliable water resources and climate-smart farming methods are enabling year-round cultivation. ABC World interviewed farmers and experts who emphasize that the shift to irrigation-based wheat farming is opening new opportunities for smallholders, reducing reliance on food imports and strengthening national food security. The visits also highlighted the role of local universities like Madulaw University in providing technical training and innovation to farmers on the ground. This visit comes at a time when the Ethiopian government has launched large-scale campaigns to increase domestic wheat production through irrigation and mechanization with the goal of becoming a wheat exporter in the near future. The success in Shonaka is part of broader strategy under Ethiopia's agricultural transformation agenda aligning with the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's vision of a self-sufficient and climate-resilient agricultural sector. In a strategic move to enhance food security and reduce dependence on costly imports, the Ethiopian government has been rolling out an ambitious off-season wheat production initiative since 2019. The program aims to close the widening gap between domestic wheat supply and soaring demand driven by rapid population growth. Although Ethiopia is already the largest wheat producer in sub-Saharan Africa, it has long relied on wheat imports, making it vulnerable to external shocks like the war in Ukraine that have disrupted global supply chains and spiked prices. The off-season initiative focuses on expanding irrigated wheat cultivation beyond the traditional rainy season, allowing for increased annual production and a more stable supply. The benefits of the initiative extend beyond the agricultural sector. By tapping into Ethiopia's largely underused water resources, the university, in line with AgroFoza, also aims to boost agricultural productivity and foster economic growth. The ultimate goal is to not only replace importers with homegrown wheat, but also to transform Ethiopia into a potential wheat exporter, strengthening the country's economic resilience and sustainability. The initiative faces key challenges, particularly in irrigation management. Many farmers continue to rely on fixed interval watering methods, often leading to under-irrigation and poor yields. These traditional practices do not account for specific water needs of crops at different growth stages or the rising temperatures experienced during off-season and lowland cultivation. As a result, crops are increasingly vulnerable to water stress and heat damage. Smart irrigation scheduling, applying the right amount of water at the right time is crucial for success.
The project is particularly aimed at increasing the production and the productivity of wheat in Ethiopia through best irrigation practices or management. As we know, off-season irrigation was launched by Ethiopian government nationally 6 years ago of today. Just in order to increase the production and the productivity, and as well as to realize food security throughout the country. And in addition to this, the initiative or the off-season irrigation-based wheat production initiative is aimed at reducing the import capacity of wheat and reverting it into the increasing the export of wheat into the other neighboring or other countries in order to just increase again the economic capacity of the country, or to support the economy of the country, in short.
So the goal of this project is to improve wheat production and productivity in the southeastern part of Ethiopia. As you know, this southeastern part of our country, specifically Bale and RC, is considered to be the wheat belt areas, due to the fact that this area produces significant amount of wheat and cereal crop to our country. So beside this, due to the government's initiatives of improving this wheat production and to ensuring full self-sufficiency, this off-season wheat irrigation is highly being undertaken in our country. So in addition to focusing on one season, that is the summer season, so what this project attempt is to produce wheat crop in the off-season, which means in the other season of, rather than the summer, the main cropping season. For that, we have tried to find out a kind of different experimental studies which initiates with productivity. For example, in this research, what we envisage is to have a kind of water efficient irrigation technologies. As you know, now our government and the community is now pushing toward this irrigation production. Assume every farmers consider cultivating wheat using irrigation. What will happen to our water resource? We have a single water resource flowing through different farms. If everyone try to use that water, the water may be in question. It may reduce and it may decline. So we have to use efficient water technologies, just like sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation, and a kind of technologies that maximize production with minimal water usage. So we have tried to use a deficit irrigation, 50% water application, with another full irrigation, which can also compares with a kind of minimized water application method. We try to see how it will respond to the yield. The other is the varieties. You see, as we know, this climate variability and climate change is imminent, and it is happening in our areas. So the crops that we are cultivating should be climate resilient. The crop type that withstand high temperature, that needs to be considered. For that, we have also included a kind of a variety that can withstand high temperature, and we will compare it with the regularly applied variety. And we'll see at the end of the year, we envisage that this will bring good outcome. Climate resistant, climate resilient varieties are also considered in this application, and water efficient irrigation technologies are also considered in this. And the other is the kind of pathological issues, the agronomic issues are also being considered. That is what we expect. It will bring good insight to our country, our policymaker, as well as to the community.
Madolab University is also conducting this kind of project with the Grow Further agent. And the purpose of this project is, again, to show our farmers that waiting for rain is not suffice, because it is possible to harvest once, if possible twice a year. But if we are going to use this irrigation as another mean, another opportunity, or another strategy to just increase the production and the productivity of farmers, it is a must to look for other options. The other option is the use of irrigation. So this is the wheat, different types of wheat has been grown in this area, and which practically shows or demonstrates that the possibility to just produce or harvest more wheat by using the irrigation.
Since initiative launched in 2019 or early 2020, there are a lot of attempts to made throughout Ethiopia to produce or increase wheat production through irrigation. But there are a lot of challenges that farmers are encountering related to off-season wheat production, particularly with irrigation management or the way they irrigate, including the scheduling, time of application, and again the method by itself is very much just challenging for farmers. So the other thing is that wheat by nature is a seasonal crop which face difficulty of adapting the microclimate change, particularly the increasing temperature as well as shortage of water directly affects the productivity of wheat. So because of this, there is no uniformity in production and the productivity from region to region or from place to place. And we come to this project to solve this problem, or the problem related to irrigation, water management for wheat production.
Mostly, as you know, researches are undertaken at research center and universities. But what we did in this project specifically is we tried to get a farmland in the farmer's land, so that whenever the activities we are performing here in the farm is also being visible to the farmers. So it is a kind of capacity building issues are also being considered. We show them the kind of sustainable management systems and other irrigation technologies that we see from the the current trends with irrigation technologies we have revised and brought to the here, and the farmers are now observing, they are appreciating, and I hope it will bring a good impact to the society at large in the future.
From this, I wanted to just deliver message for our farmer that there is also other option like this that can be observed here as at the wheat production produced by the irrigation, so that I advise them to use irrigation as another mean or another strategy to increase their production and the productivity of from their farm. And this also, when the production and productivity of our farmer increase, ultimately the growth of the country is continuous, and again, in return again, we can have a lot of dollars, which is again in turn an impact on the development of this country, so that this is a good practice. Again, as you can see, this is a very beautiful, again, it seems highly productive than the farmers that have been using rain, so that it is more advisable to use irrigation in order to just increase the production, the productivity of the farmers.
As you have seen here, there are a lot of wheat varieties, and as well as irrigation strategies. In the very beginning, we developed this irrigation strategy through computer-based modeling and simulation. After we developed several scenarios or strategies of irrigation in both surface and sprinkler irrigation, we combine this irrigation strategy with several wheat varieties, and we are validating here. At the end of the day, we will expect better outcome related to the problems that we are going to solve.
The existing opportunity is that the government considers this issue as an important, and including the Prime Minister is also now following up the wheat irrigation all over the country, especially those areas that were considered to be lowlands or pastoral now are being considered to be very fertile and irrigated. for instance, we can consider Wabe Shabelle River Basin, the lowland of Awash in Afar, in Somali region, in Omo, lower Omo basins are now considered for wheat production. Earlier, this part of the country was not considered for cropping and other agricultural purposes. Now, this is a good opportunity that the government is now investing, and it is time and budget on this issue. But like as you said, this part, because irrigation, unlike that of the rain-fed agriculture, irrigated agriculture requires so many kind of support to the farmer. You see, we have to support the farmer with different technologies, the water application technologies, and other. While we undertake this research, we have observed so many challenges that the farmer is facing in this area. Related to the water application system and the amount of water they are applying, the cropping, and the kind of the frequency of water they are applying to the irrigation to the crop need to be evaluated and supported. For that, I call upon different stakeholders to support this initiative, because as Ethiopia envisaged to be kind of food self-sufficient, not only food self-sufficient, but also we want also to export crops to our neighboring countries, because Ethiopia is better situated for agriculture than our neighboring countries. So we are expected to provide a kind of food and other cropping resource to the surrounding areas. For that, this research and a kind of support, a technological support, capacity building, and these issues are required to the farmer as well as to the stakeholder who are engaged in irrigation. In addition to this, another challenge that we have observed through different literature is the water that is applied to the farm need to be also first evaluated. If the water has a kind of salinity and a kind of this different hardness and the other issues, in long term it may affect the fertility and the crop production of that specific farmland. Therefore, we have to also check. I mean, while we apply this kind of irrigated crop production, the drainage mechanisms to reduce salinization and other issues also need to be supported. It should go together with the irrigation facilities. So the technologies, water application technologies, efficient water application methods, and the drainage mechanism to reduce waterlogging and that of desalinization need to be maximized, while we also initiate the farmer to go for this irrigation application. I am also confident that this initiative will bring significant change in our country's economy, as well as to the surrounding area, to the Eastern Africa region as well.
Integrating tools like soil moisture, sensors, and weather data can vastly improve outcomes. Additionally, training farmers and promoting heat-resilient wheat varieties are essential steps toward sustainable production. One promising solutions comes from Abdullah University in collaboration with Agricultural Innovation and Profit Grow Further. Together, they are implementing a holistic model that combines cutting-edge irrigation techniques, soil monitoring, climate-smart technologies like sprinkler systems, and participatory farmer training programs. Their approach not only boosts yields and conserves water, but also keeps farmers to face the impacts of climate change. With continued investment and innovation, Ethiopia's off-season wheat production could become a transformative force in enhancing food security, improving farmers, and reducing the nation's reliance on volatile international markets.